Finn and Jake are heroes. No debate. But if you actually live in OO, their adventuring might look less like heroism and more like a recurring natural disaster. So today we're doing the one thing OO never seems to do: the damage report. The Candy Kingdom outbreak response: quarantine setups, disposal, cleanup, emergency staffing, the collapsing portal incident. And by the end, we'll literally see a version of the world where the Lich wins. No people, no cities, no economy. So by the end of this, we're hitting the line item that makes the total unpayable. To be clear, we're not calling them villains. We're saying OO's insurance industry cowers at the sight of them. Here's the audit. 2 rules. If the episode shows clear destruction, we price it. If it doesn't, we use real-world proxies. And if reality breaks, we stop pretending money is the right unit. Start the meter. Property damage. Because Finn and Jake don't just fight monsters, they usually fight monsters through somebody's living room. Crystals Have Power opens with the most relatable claim on Earth. Finn and Jake celebrate so hard they smash their own couch. And it's played like furniture is optional. Over in Hitman, Ice King hires a pyro assassin specifically because Finn and Jake keep stopping him. And the tree fort ends up literally on fire. When your hero work creates repeat contract villains, that's a recurring premium. Somewhere in OO is a contractor who sees Finn jogging up and just whispers, "Not again!" Infrastructure plus public works. Because houses are expensive, but roads and defenses are the stuff that keeps a kingdom functioning. Reign of Gunters turns city defense into a full rebuild moment. And Finn's plan involves hurling bottles into the chaos. Even when it works, the cleanup crew will need a week and a therapist. Wizard escalates to Asteroid is Coming levels while Finn and Jake are in the middle of the magical mess. If you're mobilizing emergency defenses against Skyrocks, that's a public works budget spike, guaranteed. Skyhooks is what happens when the heroes return from a big quest and their own home has been transformed into candy. Even the safe base isn't stable.
What the heck happened to the treehouse?
Which means infrastructure planning in OO is basically gambling. Roads, bridges, walls, gates, utilities. That's 9-figure repair territory. At this rate, OO's blueprint is just a map of everywhere Finn and Jake have already smashed. Emergency response plus medical. Okay, now the bill stops being cute. Because adventuring isn't just dangerous for them. It's dangerous for everyone standing within episode radius. Slumber Party Panic isn't just a zombie problem. It's crowd control, sheltering, and keep citizens calm or else they explode. Emergency management's never been so expensive. Another way features Finn and Jake going through enough injury and nonsense that the clown nurses show up. If your world has recurring nurse clowns, your healthcare system is already screaming. Mortal Folly and Mortal Recoil is the season finale version of the same pattern. Small decisions snowball into full crisis fast, and the response becomes kingdom scale.
What the nuts?
Even when they mean well, their presence escalates the situation. Because when they show up, minor problem turns into boss fight. Displacement plus rehousing. Because you can rebuild a house, but it's harder to undo the fact that someone lost it. Evicted is the simplest version of the problem. Finn and Jake get kicked out of their own place and have to scramble for somewhere to go. But we'll let them off on this one, because technically it wasn't their fault. Slumber Party Panic doubles as a mass shelter episode. The Candy Kingdom has to manage people indoors, safe, supplied, and calm. That's rehousing logistics, not cute sleepover.
A slumber party!
What?
Reign of Gunter forces the city into run, hide, regroup mode while the defense fails. Temporary relocation isn't optional. It's the only way anyone makes it to the next scene. Skyhooks turns the hero's home into candy. Which is funny until you remember the whole housing became unlivable is still a displacement event, even if it's sweet. Magical containment plus cleanup. Now we hit the category that makes OO economically unhinged. Wizard Battle is basically high-powered spells in a public arena. Even if nobody dies, you're still paying for a lot of magical remediation. Environmental damage. Because every time Finn and Jake save the day, nature gets a new scar. The hard easy is swamp combat with a megaphone, which means churned land, destroyed habitats, and leaves the wetlands structurally unrecognizable. Incendium is the Fire Kingdom category. Heat, burning, collateral, scorch, and Finn and Jake are right in the middle of the social plus physical blast zone. Economic disruption. The days the Candy Kingdom shuts down, the trade routes that close. Business time is what happens when Finn and Jake outsource heroism to businessmen who immediately build a giant robot vacuum and start protecting citizens into a sack. City of Thieves is basically commerce cannot function here, and Finn and Jake still go in, get corrupted, and add to the chaos. That's a trade route nightmare.
What? Is someone there?
Root Beer Guy is a perfect local economy gets dragged into the plot example. Hardware purchases, police mobilization, false reports, arrests. All because Finn and Jake are running a sting.
Yeah!
Political fallout. Because when you normalize chaos, you create openings for the worst people. Princess Cookie is a full hostage crisis where Finn and Jake have to infiltrate, which means the state is visibly vulnerable and everyone learns it. Legal plus liability. Because saving the day doesn't automatically erase damages, but it can add to the paperwork. Back to City of Thieves is literally Finn and Jake committing theft while trying to do the right thing. And you can't hero your way out of a charge sheet forever. Root Beer Guy shows them confiscating evidence and running an elaborate deception that forces law enforcement response. In a normal world, that's a lawsuit buffet. The Chamber of Frozen Blades is clear breaking and entering. The phrase, "we snuck into his castle," is not legally elegant. When Wedding Bells Thaw includes Finn and Jake intervening in a forced marriage situation. Morally correct, yes, but legally messy. Reality damage. At some point, Finn and Jake don't just break stuff. They break the rules stuff lives under. The Lich. Finn smashes the Enchiridion, and reality answers by opening a portal and eating the room. That's not repair, that's physics filed a complaint. Finn the Human. We literally see the invoice if the heroes lose. A dead timeline, the Lich looming, and civilization reduced to a silent background. Crossover. Hopping timelines turns existence into something you can misplace. Once you can walk between worlds, the cost isn't property, it's stability. And that's the real cost of heroism in OO. Not the smashed buildings, but the way their adventures make the entire world more fragile. Good luck invoicing the universe!